Hello and welcome to Let's Watch Death Battle Pokemon Battle Royale. I am the Max a Few Trades, and I know what you might be thinking. Max a Few Trades, what's your ugly mug doing on camera again? Ain't nobody want any of that. Well, sorry to say, but this might just very well become a new segment on my channel, if you don't mind. I'm testing the water, so to speak, by doing some reaction videos. Right now, I'm only going to focus on one show, but who knows what the future may hold, after all. Anyway, the point I'm trying to get at is you may or may not be aware, but I, personally, actually work on the relatively well-known web series Death Battle, hosted on ScrewAttack.com. I am, in fact, one of a 7-man voluntary team that actually helps out with the research of characters for the show, and I give off my opinion, and sometimes I'm able to convince people that my opinion is correct, and sometimes I'm proven completely and totally wrong on between who and who would win a fight to the death. And it's all around just a really great time, and I'm truly honored to be a part of the show. It's so awesome, because I've been watching the show for like 2 years, and then I basically I wrote a small little essay on why they were awesome, and then it's like, hey, you want to help us out? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to help you out. So I couldn't help but just jump to the scene. And anyway, I actually really love watching reaction videos, but there are so few of them out there, and some of them are really bad quality. So I figured I'd, throw my hat in the ring and see what I could provide this wonderful medium. I even got permission from the creators of Death Battle itself, and they gave me the okay on this. Providing, and they didn't even have to tell me this, I would have been more than happy to do this. First and foremost, watch the actual episode. There should be a link right here. Click on that and watch it all the way through if you haven't already, because I will be spoiling the entire episode with my own genuine reaction. I have not seen this episode yet, but I'm super duper pumped for it. It's amazing. The battle, Venusaur versus Blastoise versus Charizard, the 3 Kanto starters. All very, very wonderful, wonderful Pokemon, and many children have wonderfully fond memories of them all. Me personally, I'm actually a fan of all Pokemon ever, even like the ones nobody likes, like Klingling, the Ghost Keys. I like that thing too. It's all well and good. Although, I do have my personal preferences. Everyone does, really. For example, I actually have this little guy right here. You see him on the camera? He's some sort of weird rollable Blastoise that I got like over a decade ago. I don't even know really what it is. It's like a game where you take 2 Pokemon and just kind of bump them into each other. It's just like marbles, but with giant Pokemon. Meowth is apparently bigger than Blastoise. Not sure how that works. I also have this little guy. Bulbasaur! That's right, I've got my own little tiny Bulbasaur friend that's been around since, I don't even know when, since as long as I can possibly remember. I have no idea how I managed to hold on to this guy for so long. But he is still one of my prized possessions. However, that being all said, my preferred starter out of the 3 has always been Blastoise. I like turtles, and Blastoise is a giant turtle with guns sticking out of his back. Really hard to go wrong with that. But anyway, I digress. I think I've yammered on quite a bit. How about we get to watching? Go! Alright, here we go. Oh, get out of there. There we go. Sorry.
For nearly 2 decades, people across the globe have struggled endlessly to make one crucial, exhausting, impossible choice.
Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander.
Yeah! It's finally time to learn if the one you chose was really the strongest.
Go
and
Squirtle!
What better way than with their evolved forms? Venusaur, the pimply plant monster. Blastoise, the bazooka turtle. And Charizard, the dragon.
For a fair assessment, we're examining maxed out
Boomstick is amazing.
Pokemon. For those of you nerdy enough to care, this means no special EV training, no Mega Evolutions, and no tutored, bred, or otherwise unnaturally learned attacks.
I was actually told all of that beforehand when I was doing the research to keep that all in mind.
Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons.
It's a really smart way to go about
find
it.
out who would win a death battle.
I wonder who made those sprites. They're very well made.
The first starter Pokemon evolves from Bulbasaur,
Bulba.
to Ivysaur, and finally to Venusaur, the seed Pokemon.
Becoming uglier and uglier with every form.
Aw.
Seriously, what the hell is that thing?
He's a
Of the
dinosaur.
3 starters,
I
Venusaur
think.
is the most well-rounded and easiest to raise. In combat, it relies on its above-average special attack and special defense, or non-physical combat.
Jack of all
Old Shiny
trades.
Plant has a variety of moves. Vine whips for slapping bitches, and razor leaf can cut through whole trees. Then there's the less action-packed skills like Sleep Powder, which is used to put foes to sleep and take women home from bars.
Venusaur's adaptability is its
You have such a way with words, Boomstick.
It can absorb health with Leech Seed like some kind of jungle vampire, or
Best move
simply
ever.
heal on its own by using synthesis. It also knows Sweet Scent, which aids the poor accuracy of the sleep and poison powders.
Yeah, he does.
Why bother with poisons and powders when you've got a super laser?
Yeah.
Venusaur can absorb so much sun energy that he can fire the solar beam.
Heracross,
I
no!
find flowers that can do that. I might actually take up gardening. Try and pollinate now, bees.
To hell with you, bees!
In real life, celestially powered lasers rely on heated magnesium combustion.
Ooh.
In order to fire, the solar beam's temperature needs to be over 6,700 degrees Fahrenheit. Unfortunately, the solar beam is so powerful, it takes twice as long to perform as any other attack.
That's true.
As a grass and poison type, Venusaur is extremely effective against water-type Pokemon.
But keep them away from flying and fire types, because as we all know, plants burn, and birds fucking hate grass.
Yet, Venusaur's well-rounded skills and
One way of putting
striking
it.
set could outsmart the competition.
Venusaur, the final form of the
Venusaur
Bulbasaur
definitely has a chance at winning.
seed Pokemon
Not the best,
of the sun's rays as a source
but I
of
think he has a
energy.
shot. It's not possible. Squirrel time? Squirtle time! Yeah!
The second starter Pokemon evolves from
Squirtle.
Squirtle to Wartortle and finally to Blastoise.
So
the
awesome.
shellfish Pokemon.
Majestic.
So how did this thing come about? Did a turtle get really drunk one night and then came across a tank and was like, yeah, I'll put my dick in that? Then 3 months later, the tank showed up at his door and was like, boom, this is yours. And then he raised it every day until one day it evolved, and then all the other turtles were like, that's fucking awesome. And they all started plowing tanks.
Sure, why not?
What?
Blastoise firmly boasts defense over offense, using his weighty bolt to outlast and overpower
Oh, that
foes.
was amazing.
Like a stone firm upon the shore, he can take wave after wave of punishment.
As poetic as that was, he
Strongest
won't be winning
defense.
any marathons. He's almost
That's
as
how I
slow
play the
as a
game.
tortoise, which makes sense, unlike the giant gun sticking out of his back.
Blastoise
Screw
can
logic.
significantly
Awesome.
reduce incoming damage with Iron Defense, barrel through hazards with Rapid Spin, and guard against any and all attacks with Protect.
It's gonna be really hard to
He
get
can
any
jump
damage in
over
on him.
fight and crack heads with Skull Bash, but
Ow.
most of his arsenal focuses on water power, blasting foes with Water Gun, Water Pulse, Aqua Tail, and Bubbles.
Yeah.
But despite its
Deadly.
attack type diversity, Blastoise can maximize its watery weaponry with Rain Dance.
Now that's
A
gonna be
rain
its
storm
trump
that
card.
amplifies water type moves and
That's gonna
blocks
come into
surfaces.
play. I guarantee
But his
it.
ultimate attack is Hydro Pump, where he blasts water out of his twin cannons with enough force to accurately punch through steel at a range of 160 feet.
Those Pokedex entries are insane.
High-pressure water jet cutters are used industrially to cut through metal with at least 55,000 psi, or pounds per
Wow.
inch. By measuring Blastoise's cannons in comparison to his size, we can tell his Hydro Pump has a power of 90,000 psi.
Science!
That'll get the stains off your patio, along with your patio and possibly house.
Blastoise is effective against fire-type Pokemon, but weak to grass and electric.
And when he's not battling, Blastoise can be found training on secluded islands to strengthen his combat skills.
Like a
If
boss.
it plays its defenses right, Blastoise just might outlast everyone.
Blastoise's strength lies
Blastoise
in
is
its
who I'm
power
rooting for,
rather
but
than its speed.
I'm okay with
Its
everybody
shell
winning.
is like armor,
There's
and
no
attacks
loser
from
here.
the Hydro Cannon on its back are virtually unstoppable.
Alright, Charizard.
The
He's the
final
clear
starter
favorite on
Pokemon
everybody.
evolves from Charmander to Charmeleon and finally to Charizard, the flame Pokemon.
I would so ride that into battle.
Well, that could be tough. A full-grown Charizard is only 5 foot 7 inches tall.
Shorter than me.
That's bullshit. I want to ride a dragon to burn the villages of my enemies, not hang out with it on the sofa.
Despite its size,
I wanna
Charizard
hang out
is
with it on the
extremely
sofa. That would
fast
be
and
awesome.
Extremely powerful. Its speed and special attack eclipse the other two starters twice over. The trade-off being unfortunate frailty.
But
Yeah.
since he can fly, it's pretty hard to get a hold of him.
Also true. But Blastoise and Venusaur have long distance
Charizard's moveset
options.
is incredibly diverse, ranging from the obvious Fire Breath to flying, dragon, and even ghost type attacks.
Shadow
At
Claw.
close range, he'll always have an edge up by using either Slash, Dragon Claw, or Shadow Claw. He can strike from above with Wing Attack or Air Slash, but his real strength lies in the flames. He'll burn and bite you with Fire Fang, trap you in a vortex of embers with Fire Spin,
Also a
slash
good
you
move.
apart with Flare Blitz,
At the cost of self-inflicted recoil damage.
and of course burn you to cinders with Flame Burst or Flame
Boomstick's really getting into this.
Charizard can reportedly burn through solid stone. This means his flamethrower reaches temperatures over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Charizards are
That's actually less than
warrior-like
Venusaur.
and will actively seek fights with stronger opponents.
The fire and flying type combination makes Charizard
They are a
doubly
grumpy
effective
species.
against grass Pokemon, but weak to water types. If it spends too much time in a heavy rainstorm, its flame will go out. Permanently.
But he's so fast and deadly, he might just overpower his enemies before they know what hit him.
Yeah.
Charizard,
I don't know if that's going to come
the
into
flame
play, but
Pokemon. When
something to
competing
consider.
in intense battles, Charizard's flame becomes more intense as well.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
Just a second.
It's time for a death battle with the Pokemon.
Alright, so that was awesome. First and foremost, let's just get that out of the way. That was freaking hilarious. Secondly, alright, so taking what information I've accumulated during my own personal research for the show, and what they're telling me here, all of the Pokemon definitely have a good chance at winning. That's for certain. Like, without a question, they all could potentially win, but that's not really going to help you come up with an answer for who would win the most often, which I think is the actual question. When we're dealing with like a multi-man contest, it's not so much who's the best, but who could win the most overall. And Venusaur, well, he has a lot of like double-edged sword abilities, kind of. I mean, he has Double Edge and Petal Blizzard and stuff like that. I think that's what it's called, Petal Blizzard. But they didn't mention that, so I don't know if it's even going to play a role in either of those things. But Venusaur kind of relies on controlling and like weakening and dampening his attacks, his opponent's attacks, and boosting himself up. And I don't know if he's going to have a lot of time to be able to do that. Blastoise is pretty slow, but Charizard's a really quick guy. Or girl, they can be both. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do a whole lot. But he has a chance. Next we've got Blastoise, who I'm rooting for. His ironclad defense is definitely going to be coming into play. That's definitely going to help things out. And he has the ability, he has Rain Dance, which is only going to make Charizard weaker. And that also actually weakens Solar Beam, actually, which is even more bad for Venusaur. If he wasn't already fighting an uphill battle to begin with. So, I guess Blastoise has a very good chance of winning if his defenses hold up long enough. However, the real question is Charizard. Charizard's going to be the #1 source of how this is all going to play out. Because as we're dealing with wild Pokemon, we're left to just sort of assume they'll be running off of their natural wild instincts, and we don't have a lot to go on with that, just what we've seen in the anime and occasional manga and stuff like that to see what a Pokemon's general personality is. And they said it there. They said Charizards are very proud and warrior-like, and they will attack people stronger than them, because those are more worthy opponents, where they'll probably just outright ignore someone they don't consider worth their time. So honestly, I could see Charizard completely ignoring Venusaur, because Venusaur he won't consider him a threat, and he'll go immediately after Blastoise. And while he will go after Blastoise, that's not exactly a good idea, because Blastoise has everything going against him as the perfect counter to Charizard. I don't really know. I mean, this really could go up in the air. Anything could really happen with these guys. So, how about I quit jabbering on and we actually watch how this all goes down. I'm sure they'll tell me exactly what the story is. And go! Aww! They're adorable! Oh. Rare candy! Oh, so that's how they don't have any IVs or EVs. That's actually really smart. Kudos to whoever thought that up. Alright, guys. Give it your all.
Forward!
Whoever wins, you fought hard. Ow. Defenses! Yes! Whoa! Charizard's faster than I thought he was. Oh. Venusaur ain't having none of that. Oh. Blastoise, no! Oh. He threw Blastoise at Venusaur. Oh, and Skull Bash. Ow. Come on, Venusaur, now's your chance. They're distracted. Oh. Synthesis. Sweet Scent. They've been caught unawares. They're very bewildered. Poison Powder? Sleep Powder. Oh, dang. Blastoise. Oh, Venusaur, you're picking a fight you don't want to mess with. Solar Beam? Solar Beam! Oh, dang. Blastoise, you might want to wake up. What happened? Oh, they completely atomized the forest. Alright. Sure. Oh! Oh, that's brutal. Don't look, Bulbasaur. Hydra. Oh, no. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, poor Venusaur. Oh, that was brutal. Oh. Come on, Blastoise. Avenge Venusaur. Good morning. Oh. Oh, this is so cool. Alright, you guys. Oh. Rain Dance. Do you have what it takes, Blastoise, or is Charizard gonna blitz this whole thing through? Fire Spin. Ow. Ah! Ah! I just ripped his wings off! Oh my god. Well then.
Charizard! No!
Oh my god.
Oh, and Froggy plant whatever.
That was brutal.
Charizard's greater speed allowed first attack, and its proud warrior mentality led to striking Blastoise first.
But Venusaur knew he had to take Charizard down right away.
Yeah,
So
okay.
everyone's favorite fire lizard was doomed, taking too much damage early on from 2 different angles.
But
Makes
poor
sense.
Venusaur didn't stand a chance against Charizard's dual typing, and the bulky defense of Blastoise was more than enough to outlast both of them.
Yeah,
Also,
okay.
since Charizard and Venusaur do not naturally learn Sunny Day, they could not counter the Rain Dance.
I made sure to put that in my notes.
So did they all just
Aw.
counter each other?
Derpasaur!
Yes, the rock, paper, scissors factor is a bit
Aw.
tricky. Grass beats water, water beats fire, fire beats grass. But ultimately,
Lot more than
core of
that.
any Pokemon battle boils down to mathematics.
Yep.
Every attack does
Math.
a specific amount of damage with specific effects to specific types with a specific accuracy.
And each Pokemon stats are clearly displayed in the good old Pokedex.
So, by comparing every move, effect, choice order, and likeliness of occurrence, there are over 7,000 different possible ways this battle royale.
That's a lot of
plays
math.
out. And out of all potential matches, Blastoise wins the majority.
Even
Oh.
when removing type effectiveness entirely and pitting attack and special attack against defense and special defense, factoring in health and speed, the Turtle Tank still takes it. Blastoise H2 owned.
The winner is Blastoise.
Rock on, Blastoise. Next time. I think I know what this
Next
is.
time on Death Battle.
Theoretically, I know what this is. Oh! Fulgor.
We're gonna kill all the characters like no one ever did. Like and subscribe to Death Battle like you just did. I rhymed it with did. It's not my best work. But you can stop watching now. Click another or you're a jerk. Death Battle!
With each and every new episode, I swear those guys surprised me with something more and more amazing than the last time. Alright, so as it turns out, I actually managed to make the right call. That's actually rather rare. I do my best with my research, but personal bias gets the best of us all sometimes, and I actually made it out this time. Blastoise managed to take it whole thing down. Good job for the Bazooka Turtle. He knew what's up. But I'm glad that they actually. Hopefully, if you've never seen the show before, and I made you watch it right here before you watched this, you can see just how much work it goes behind. It's such a simple premise. Oh, what if this awesome guy and this awesome guy started fighting each other? Who would win? Like, you wouldn't really think truly think about who would really win. You just go with whoever you like more, and that's who they win. But in Death Battle, they figure things out. They know what's up. And while technically it's almost sort of impossible to truly get the answer there, that's the closest you're ever possibly gonna get. And of course, Blastoise's origin story, that was completely amazing. Pretty much everything about that episode was great. And the next episode, I actually thought it was gonna be something else. I was told it was going to be something else. I guess they need more work on that. No spoilings. I will never spoil a fight, but I do know Thorgor from Killer Instinct. That's gonna be something awesome. I'm not sure who he's... No, yeah, I do know who he's gonna fight. I know who he's gonna fight! Yes! That's gonna be a good fight. And alright, so, that was my very first Let's Watch Death Battle, Pokemon Battle Royale. I hope you had a fantastic time watching me react to the outrageously silly things that come from that show. Now, here's a question for you guys. Did you like this video? If you did, would you like me to do more? I'd be more than happy to. I love watching things, I love reacting to things, and all sorts of wonderful things going on there, so let me know. However, I should let you know that I have seen every single episode of Death Battle prior to this one. So if I were to watch those for you, they wouldn't be blind reactions, but I still think I could provide some pretty interesting commentary if that's what you're interested in. So I guess that's a two-for question. One, would you like me to continue making this video series? And two, would you like me to go over the older episodes of Death Battle and just have a grand old time? I mean, I'd be more than happy to watch all of the episodes all over again. They're all really awesome. So, if you guys like the video, make sure you tell me below, and hopefully you'll all stick around and maybe even subscribe if this is the first video you ever saw of me. I'm not sure how that would be possible, but if it is, I would love to have you hanging out and watch me do all sorts of crazy shenanigans. See you guys next time.